Hey friends, a question that I'm asked a lot is, what does the Bible say about tattoos? Well, some of you may be interested to hear that it's not a whole lot. Tattoos have been around for a long time, at least 5,000 years. They were used as decorations for women of all social classes in Egypt, for example. They were also commonly used in ancient Mesopotamia, likely for the marking of enslaved peoples. The verse in the Bible most commonly associated with tattooing is from Leviticus 19:28, and it probably reads something like this in your translation. Do not cut your bodies for the dead or put tattoo marks on yourselves. I am the Lord. Now, it may sound kind of straightforward, but this is complicated partially by the fact that the word tattoo doesn't enter the English language until the late 1700s. A more literal reading might be, and a cutting for the dead you will not make in your flesh, and writing marks you will not make on you. I am the Lord. Many throughout history have seen this passage as a warning against certain pagan practices wherein one might self-immolate or carve in one's flesh, particularly for grieving and mourning purposes, which was done in an attempt to connect with dead spirits and gods of the netherworld. Something that both archaeology and the Bible connect to ancient Canaanites, for instance. Ancient rabbinic debate produced a variety of theories about the meaning of the prohibition on tattooing. Some authorities believe that tattoos were only disallowed if they had certain messages, such as the name of God or the name of a pagan god. Talmudic law, developed around 200 CE, says that a tattoo is only disallowed if it is done for the purpose of idolatry, but not if it's intended to mark a person's enslaved status. I've heard Christians allude to Paul's first letter to the Corinthians, which reads something like, "Do you not know that your body is a temple of the Holy Spirit within you, which you have from God, and that you are not your own? For you were bought with a price. Therefore, glorify God in your body." Now, if we look at this in context, we see that Paul is probably more concerned about the moral and ethical aspects of our lives than with how we look physically. Indeed, when Paul says, your body is a temple, he's using the plural possessive form of you. So he's talking about the whole church as a body. Y'all's body is a temple, and not so much about us as individuals. Finally, I hear some concern about the mark of the beast, which we find in the 13th chapter of the book of Revelation. We read that this mark causes all, both small and great, both rich and poor, both free and slave, to be given a brand on the right hand or the forehead, so that no one can buy or sell who does not have the brand. That is, the name of the beast, or the number for its name. Admittedly, most don't find this as a prohibition of tattooing because it speaks of a mandated uniform marking, probably used to identify to whom a person belongs. God or the world, for instance. If you're that concerned, avoid tattoos on the right hand or forehead. So friends, what does the Bible say about tattoos? As you saw, not a whole lot. So go ahead and don your tattoos and focus on those things which the Bible does seem to be concerned with. Love for your neighbors, for foreigners, for the oppressed, for all humanity, and love for God. Take care and be blessed.